Okay, guys, so I am just going to continue. Yes, we actually started doing this before the network it went out and scattered everything. So I'm just going to continue from where I stopped. Okay, so I'm just going to continue. All right, Augusta, you're welcome. So let's just continue. So the next thing I want to do, so I'll just my pencil first while we work. So now we want to create the plunging part. So for that plunging part, I'm going to come down from my waist measurement. This is my waistline measurement. I'm going to come down by, sorry, I'm going to go up with like 1 inch or 1 inch is okay, 1 inch. So I'm just going to come up by 1 inch. And then that 1 inch, I just want to use my pencil just to mark it. So I'm going to do this again. I'll use my what do you call it? My marker. I'll highlight it with my marker. I just want to use my pencil first. So I'll mark it that way. And then from this part, we are going to be creating the plunging part of this neckline. So this is what we were doing before the network went out. So I'm going to be creating that plunging part. So in order for us to create that plunging part, first of all, what we are going to do, we're going to come to this point like now. So from here, we're going to create our curve from here. You can see. So I'm just going to turn this way so that we can see it properly and nicely. So we're going to come to this point now. So it's from here we are going to create that plunge. So the next thing you want to do depends on how wide. So this is the bust point, how wide you want this to be. So you can actually measure. If you notice that this one is quite wide. If you see, you notice that it is quite wide. So you're going to come to this nipple point like this. So this is the nipple point. Depends on how many inches you want to use at that point. So for that part, I'll advise that you use like 0.75. So use like 0.75, and then this point is where we are going to. So for this down part, we're going to use like half of an inch or quarter of an inch. So just mark all of those points. So like I said, I'm going to use my marker, but I'm just using my pencil first. It is always good to use your pencil. So for this, I'll use my dotted lines like this. So from that point, I'm just marking, just see what I am doing. And then I'm going to just like curve that in that way, just like let it be, just blend it out from that point like that, okay? So you create this. Can you see the way it is coming? It is not straight, it's round. So after doing it, if it is okay, you can now mark it, okay? So the next thing we want to do now, the one on this side, timeless trend, you're welcome. So the one on this side, we are going to create a curve. This one now. So we're going to create this curve. Let this curve, let it enter into this point like this. That's from this point. We're going to create a curve like this. So whatever we are doing, we're just creating it just to get that style line. So remember, this part was that part that we went up to. So from this point, you're just going to curve it down. So it is a simple process, okay? So you can see it is a simple process. So from this point now, you're going to create this curve for this part. So I don't want it to be this round. You understand? I don't want it to be this round. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go like this. So that will now make me to extend more, a little bit more, and then curve it into that point. I really don't like it. That's why, thank God, I use my chalk, my what do you call it? I use my pencil first. Okay. So from this point, this is where I want it to stop, because if you notice, it is the same point. So from this point, this is my curve. So from this point, I'm just going to mark and go this way. Can you see? And then I'll bring it this way like this. So it's just going to blend into my armhole. So I'll just, so like instead of me using, remember this part was 0.75. So at the end of the day now, this is what I am using. So this is like my dart intake, which is like 2 inches. So I'll just mark and just blend that into that pattern that way. Okay. So the next thing I want to do now, I want to take out my full body measurements. Okay. I want to take out my full body measurement. So in order for me to take out my full body measurement, I am going to use, so let's use our marker. So let's just highlight what we have. So from this part, you're just going to create your curve, just create it, and then just let it blend out. Just let it blend out. Don't truncate it, don't stop it, just let it blend out. Okay. And then after blending that one out, the next thing I want to do, I want to create the other style line for this part like this. So whatever I'm doing, I'm using my curve. Understand? I'm targeting it to this nipple point. So that's the part that I don't need to. So I'll just curve it that way. And then after adding my full body measurement, I'm still going to extend the armhole. So now let's continue. Let's take out our full body measurement. So for the full body measurement, I'm using 36, which is 9. I'll mark the 9, and then I'm going to add 2 inches. You understand? So I'll check what I have here now. Okay, so the best way for it, let's close that part up to make it easier for us. So that is why. So you see what I was saying. So this will help me now be able to navigate that point better. And you see, this will help. So you see, it will help me to navigate that point better. So the next thing, I want to take out our full body measurement. Okay. So you see, so this will help better instead of truncating it on this part. So we'll use this and then just mark it out that way. Okay. So if I use this line, if I use this cut, that chest area will be very wide. It's going to be very wide. But if I use this, it's going to be more modest. So you're going to choose, if you decide to use this, that chest part, that's that top, that middle part is going to be very wide. So you can see. You see that this one is very